Grade 2 Oaklawn Handicap, and I feel like I'm having deja vu. Skippy Longstocking won the Challenger, won the Oaklawn Handicap. Last out, won the Challenger. We'll look to do the same again, carrying top weights. The 4, Skippy Longstocking at 5-2.
He's a likable horse, Stubbs. I mean, he just shows up and runs his race, and that's something that you couldn't say about him early in his career. He sort of went in and out of form frequently. As he's gotten older, he's able to maintain that form considerably better. He's already won at Oaklawn in the past. He's coming into this race on the heels of a nice win in the Challenger. This is at Tampa Bay Downs on Tampa Bay Derby Saturday. He looms up on the outside and runs down a horse in Most Wanted for the Brad Cox barn, who was loose out on the front end. He had every right to lose this race, and he still was able to overcome that and get the job done. I just mentioned he's had success here locally at Oaklawn Park in the past. That's not an issue for him. The water is pretty deep. This is a competitive group here put together, but I could understand anyone that wanted to make the argument that 5-2 or somewhere thereabouts is a very playable price for Skippy Longstocking Saturday.
One of the big threats looks to be coming from right next door in First Mission. Comes in for the Godolphin team, trained by Brad Cox. Last win was back in the Alice Sheba. First weekend of May over at Churchill Downs. What do we make of the chances for it?
He comes out of a super appealing race, that Razorback that was run on February the 23rd. That was Rebel Stakes Day. And it was a day that speed did pretty well on the main track. And if you want to take a look at the top 3 finishers who are all coming out of the Razorback, First Mission was probably the one that was up against it the most. So you would think with that start under his belt and probably a little bit of a more favorable setup, he should take a step forward. My only cause for pause would be I don't want to get tied into him at a short number. This race is too competitive. It's too deep to just settle for 8-5 or 2-1 on a horse like this, who on his best day can absolutely win, but it's not like he towers over this field. So a contender, but let price be the guide.
If you're looking for horses for courses, look no further than Banishing. We'll start from that 7 hole. Sits at 7-2 on the morning line. 3 wins from 4 starts right here at Oaklawn Park.
Yeah, he's another one. He finished second in that Razorback I mentioned. Then he comes right back and does this in the Grade 3 Oaklawn Mile. He defeats Saudi Crown on the square, pairs up the 102 Buyer speed figures in each of his last 2. If you have any reservation about Banishing, perhaps it's this distance against this caliber of company. Does he really want to go this far against horses of the First Mission caliber or the Skippy Longstocking caliber? It's possible, but I will say he's been a revelation for David Jacobson. Ever since he got a hold of this horse in August of last year, all he's done is run big race after big race.
It's a great looking field coming up for this year's Oaklawn Handicap. You can watch and wager this Saturday. It will go off as race number 11, 7:10 Eastern, right here on FD TV, and you can wager at FanDuel Racing.